Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Monday, August 16th. On the impact map, starting on the left for today, lots of smoke still across the Great Basin from the multitude of fires further west. We do see increasing winds across western Nevada and up into central Idaho. Gusts probably in the 20s to approaching 30 miles per hour. We will also be watching isolated thunderstorms, a mix of dry, some wet. Depending on how dry fuels are, it'll be a concern, all with an approaching strong cold front. And we see it on Tuesday. That front brings in some very strong winds across parts of Nevada, starts clearing things out a little bit behind the front in Idaho, except for some post-frontal showers up in the north. Also drawing up some monsoonal moisture further south and east across Utah. We see that moisture deepening as we go into Wednesday with much cooler temperatures, also much wetter conditions, especially for northern and eastern areas. I think western Nevada probably will escape without too much precipitation from this one. Near the surface, smoke forecast this afternoon on the left. And you can see how much it thins out with that strong cold front mixing things out for the afternoon. And you can see all the points of origin of all our multitude of fires in the northwest. Same thing with the totally vertically integrated smoke from the surface on up through several thousand feet today. Still sitting all over the place, but as the winds increase and the mixing increases, we see some clearing out of smoke across Idaho. Still lingering in Nevada, close proximity to the fires, but starting to get pushed south and east. Did have lightning yesterday, and mostly in our southern areas where conditions on the fuels are still quite moist, and eastern areas as well. See precipitation on the left. New fire starts in the red, existing recent fires in the yellow, so light to moderate initial attack across most areas. Fires were on the smaller side. And precipitation over the past 7 days, it has been a dry week. You see almost no precipitation across Idaho, much of Nevada, Utah. Only in our far southern areas closer to the monsoon did we see some amounts, a quarter to a half inch or slightly higher areas in the green and percent of normal. You can see how much below normal that is on the right-hand side. And you can see how much the ERCs have dried out. You see lots of 80 to 90, even 96 percentile across parts of the northern Payette and even into parts of western Wyoming and into parts of far western Nevada where we still have a fuel and fire behavior advisory in effect. You can see where we are still moist from the effects of the monsoon about a week and a half ago, and it'll be getting more in the coming days. Satellite imagery, you see some monsoon moisture to the south. You see it's very strong cold front and this little low starting to develop here off the British Columbia coast. This cold front playing a big role in our weather, and you see the tropical system of far away from us approaching the panhandle of Florida. So for today, on the left, there is that strong cold front coming through. The tightening height lines are the increasing winds, and it is drawing up some marginal moisture areas in the black to the green. So we do have some high risk for lightning today across parts of our western areas. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Looking at winds, kind of marginal for today, but we do have very dry humidities. You can see the blips of moisture through here along the Sierra front into northwestern Nevada and into southwest Idaho. Not a lot of moisture with these storms, so good chances for ignitions, possibly. Now on Tuesday, deepening low pressure, very strong cold air coming in, also strong winds. On top of that lightning, we have winds coming in. You see the high risk for the winds across much of northern Nevada. And if we look at the winds, you can see lots of these purple areas, gusts of near 40 miles per hour. And they also extend further north, but the humidity, 20 to 30% further north, it is where we have these drier humidities in the low teens and even some single digits. That'll be our primary concern, especially in the areas that might have had some lightning. There will be some more lightning as well, precipitation-wise, but it'll start getting wetter with the front across Idaho and more monsoonal moisture being drawn into parts of eastern Nevada and into a good portion of Utah. Now, for Wednesday, deep low pressure pulling up monsoonal moisture, much cooler temperatures. You can see how much green we have on the map, and there's strong winds, but across moist fuels to the south. You can see those humidities, 29, 41, 52% up north, even in the 30 to 40% range across Utah. It does gradually dry out as you get into Nevada, however, but look at the precipitation across a good portion of Utah, these lime green to purple shades, quarter inch, half inch rain amounts, extending up into Idaho and Wyoming, And look at the temperature difference. High temperatures for today, Monday afternoon, 101, 102 across northern Nevada, 97 across Salt Lake City, 97 in Boise. Look at the highs just 2 days later on Wednesday, 76 in Boise, 77 for a high in Salt Lake, 83 in Reno, and even in the 60s up in the mountains of Idaho. So big change in temperatures, big drop. Precipitation 3-day totals, you can see them here. Significant amounts, ½ inch to an inch across a good portion of Utah, maybe quarter to ½ inch in the mountains of Idaho, and maybe a ½ inch to an inch in western Wyoming. But it does lighten up as you head further to the west. So as we go into Thursday, drier air starts pushing in as a trough moves to the east. You can see the areas in yellow here, and we see it dry out quite a bit on Friday. They didn't get much moisture, so that warmer, drier air pushes in on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Another deep low coming in, strong winds. At this point, our most critical areas will be across northwestern Nevada, but it'll be rapidly drying out from west to east during this time period. 7-day precipitation totals, big time over Utah, the Arizona Strip, far eastern Nevada, especially the southern part. Also the mountains of Idaho, not so much the valleys, and definitely into western Wyoming. 8 to 14 day shows cooler than normal temperatures to the north, warmer than normal to the south, but an overall below normal precipitation outlook. So we should be drying things out, at least in parts of our area. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.